Mike, what's censorspeak? I think it's a term that you coined. What does that mean?
Censorspeak is the dense lexicon of diction and camouflage words that's carved out by government-funded US and UK academics in order to create an internal language for carrying out censorship work while convincing the world they're simply countering misinformation, countering disinformation, pursuing media literacy, building digital resilience, improving information integrity. There's a whole, I mean, if you go back and you look at how Marxism developed at the sort of philosophical and ideological and cultural level, it really started with a thick jargon of academies. It started in places like Columbia and Berkeley and in these sort of elite academic institutions who behind the scenes were building a sort of Jenga tower of abstractions for why this is actually a good idea. And that sort of Jenga tower of abstractions requires you to have sort of hardened concepts, jargon terms that build on top of each other so that you can get a truly crazy, dangerous idea approved and filtered out into the application funnel because no one really knows what they're saying. Everyone's sort of, you're taking a word like democratic institution. That's like a big phrase in censorspeak. And you see the phrase democratic institution and you think, okay, well, democracies have these institutions. And yeah, maybe they do put guardrails that protect the democratic process. And so you say, well, we need to defend democratic institutions against threats to the information integrity space. And you say information integrity. I like information. I like integrity. I like institutions. It's almost like a hypnosis, like a pacing and leading. They get you to say yes, yes, yes to things that you don't know what you're signing up for. And so then lo and behold, the Defense Department, the National Science Foundation, the State Department, the Department of Homeland Security, and the FBI are all defining democratic institutions as the media. And so suddenly you've signed up for saying, if you undermine public faith and confidence in the New York Times, you are now on a hit list of the U.S. Pentagon and Department of Homeland Security and FBI and U.S. State Department. You are attacking democracy itself. And so the blob's long-arm jurisdiction democracy promotion programs can censor you because you've contradicted the New York Times. So censorspeak is basically a language of lies. It's a serpent tongue that allows them to get political buy-in for political black ops. A great example of this, if I can just drive the point home, is the Disinformation Governance Board that was set up in 2022. At the helm of it was Nina Jankowicz, who had come from this NATO censorship blob arm as an advisor to Zelensky in Ukraine, and as apparently a UK intercluster cell member of the Integrity Initiative, one of the first British intelligence censorship operations that started in 2015 until it was busted in 2018 for what it was. She's now a registered UK foreign agent here in the US. She has a formal FARA registration for her work on information resilience with a UK NGO. Resilience is another one of these censorspeak words. It means psychological resilience against anti-blob beliefs. But they called that the Disinformation Governance Board, and that was one of the first moments of institutional pushback in the Republican Congress against internet censorship. Everyone called it the Ministry of Truth, because they, for a moment, actually said gave an Orwellian name to their Orwellian operations. Well, unfortunately, it was not the Ministry of Truth. They were sort of correct in their sort of faint, ineffective self-defense case when they said it was not the Ministry of Truth. We're not setting up a Ministry of Truth, and technically they were right. It was just a dull, boring, bureaucratic management layer of the Ministry of Truth they had set up 3 years earlier, which they had given a censorspeak, lie word name. They called it the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. We've given it this boring name that puts you half to sleep before you're three letters into the acronym because we care so much about security. It's in our name twice. And then they said, actually, tweets on the internet are a threat to cybersecurity. So they became a cybersecurity agency within 12 months of their birth. And it became so sprawling and so aggressive and had so many touch points between the intelligence community, the media, the fact checkers, the universities, the for-profit censorship mercenary firms, that they needed a dull, boring, bureaucratic management layer to manage all the censorship operations that the Censorspeak coded CISA agency was doing. So, but if they had called CISA the Disinformation Governance Board in 2019, it would have never gotten out the gates. But the fact is it was able to censor the 2020 election and totally decimate the ability for any Trump ally to articulate a pro-Trump talking point on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Discord, Reddit, you name it, because it was protected by Censorspeak. And part of my job is to effectively take a sledgehammer to that little piggy bank of lies so that people can see what's really inside it.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.